Croeso Pub to the double discounts PSN sale. Great news, you can save nearly £300 in this sale. So if you like finding some cool games and saving a lot of money, subscribe and you'll never miss out on a good sale again. And just a quick heads up, this sale is for PS Plus users only. If you don't have PS Plus, just skip this sale completely. The game prices are rubbish if you don't have PS Plus. But don't worry, I'll find you some more games in my next video. Okay, this sale ends on the 22nd of June, so that'll be your last day to pick up these deals. Let's look at the games. First up is Archangel. It was released in 2017, so it's 5 years old, and is on a 70% discount for the price of £8.99, which is pretty good. This is an on-rail shooter with move controller support, and it lets you step into the cockpit of a 6-story mech as the spearhead of the United States Free Forces war against the mechanized forces of Human X, a tyrannical corporation that rules post-apocalyptic America. Ordinarily, this would be a pretty mediocre on-rail shooter, but in VR a lot of games are better, including this. There's nothing like being in the cockpit of a 6-story mech that make things more interesting, right? In any case, if you enjoy on-rail shooters, or you like the idea of being in a mech, this is one of the games you should look at, although there are others on PSVR as well. Next up is my star buy, Battlezone Gold Edition. It was released in 2018, so it's 4 years old, and it's on a 90% discount for the price of £2.99 with PS Plus, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really good deal, especially for a VR game, as this edition includes all of the cosmetic DLC as well, so you even get some nice extras for free. This game is based on the classic arcade game, where you get to control the futuristic Cobra tank through a procedurally generated campaign that's different every time you play it, and it features full VR support, which is awesome, 4-player co-op, and tons of customizations for your tank. Now you definitely don't get a lot of tank games, so if you're a fan of tanks, this is probably your only option really, outside of some of the free ones like World of Tanks or War Thunder. And this one has VR support, which you can't ignore. So if you're a fan of the old arcade game, or you like the idea of piloting a futuristic tank, then why not take a look at this game, you might really enjoy it. And if you've never played a tank game before, then like I said, you don't really have many options. So if you like the look of this one, why not check it out? It even has a retro mode that emulates the original graphics, which is great if you can remember that far back anyway. In any case, it's very unique, so if you like the sound of it, why not check it out? You won't get many other options, that's for sure. Broken Sword 5 The Serpents Curse is our next game. It was released in 2015, so it's 7 years old, and it's on an 86% discount for the price of £3.49 with PS Plus, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a pretty good deal. In this adventure puzzle game, which is the latest in a legendary series, an American and a French journalist find themselves on the trail of a stolen painting and ultimately get caught up in a murderous conspiracy linked to a mystery older than the written word. As I said, this is a legendary series of adventure puzzle games, and this one looks really decent, with really cool 3D graphics compared to the originals, and what seems to be a really interesting story as well. So if you're a fan of puzzle games, especially ones with an adventure story, then you'll really enjoy this. It's a really good quality one at a really good price, so why not take a look? Our next game is Control Ultimate Edition. It was released in 2020, so it's 2 years old, and it's on a 70% discount for the price of £9.89 with PS Plus, which is pretty good. Just keep in mind there are 2 versions of this, a PS4 version and a PS5 version, so make sure you pick up the right one because you can upgrade one to the other. In any case, this is a great addition as it includes all of the DLC, that's all of the story expansions included, which is a lot of extra content for a great game. This game is a third-person action adventure where a corrupt presence has invaded the Federal Bureau of Control and only you have the ability to stop it with your psychic abilities and weaponry. It features a Metroidvania-style map, side missions, ability upgrades, and challenging boss fights. This game got rave reviews when it came out. As it's a brand new franchise, it came out of left field and nobody was expecting it to be as good as it was. It did get into some problems later on though, where they announced that you won't get a free upgrade to the PS5 edition. But hey, I've given you a way to work around that right now, so that's not going to affect you, but people have been burned in the past. In any case, it's a great game, it includes all of the expansions, and you can get a version that includes the PS5 edition as well. Definitely worth checking out for anyone that likes action games, and hey, if you've never played one of these sorts of games before, then you should look elsewhere because you can get better deals. Although this is a great game, so if you're very tempted, you might want to get it anyway. God Eater 3 is our next game. It was released in 2019, so it's 3 years old, and is on an 86% discount for the price of £6.99, which isn't bad, especially for an anime game. This is an action RPG set in a post-apocalyptic world filled with massive monsters known as origami, where you must wield god arc weapons and burst attacks to defeat them and fight for the survival of mankind. And it even features 8-player online multiplayer, which is awesome, although I don't know how active it is these days. This looks like a pretty decent action RPG, so if you like that genre, and especially if you're a fan of the God Eater series, then you'll really enjoy this game. But if you're not a fan of God Eater, then you'll have plenty of other options, so in that case, you can always take a look around. Although if you do like the sound of beating up huge monsters with crazy abilities, then you might just want to give it a chance anyway. It's up to you. Why not check it out if you like the sound of it? A really great game is next. Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Collection. It was released in 2017, so it's 5 years old, and it's on a 60% discount for the price of £6.39, which is really good, as this collection includes the Frozen Wild story expansion, in-game armor, weapons, items, digital art book, and a PS4 theme. So you're getting the complete game plus a load of cool extras as well. You can't go far wrong with this deal. In this third-person action adventure, you're an outcast from your tribe. You fight to uncover the secrets of your past and the world you live in, along with the machines that also inhabit it too. It features various weapons, armor, traps and gadgets to collect and upgrade, and along with RPG elements for your character as well. This was the first game I completed on PS5 and I absolutely loved it. I'd been waiting to play it for ages, and when they gave it away free as part of their Lockdown Free Games promotion, I was ecstatic. The story's great, the graphics are beautiful, and the gameplay's fantastic as well. It's a huge game for Sony, and if you play it, you can easily tell why. So if you're a fan of action-adventure games, like anything by Naughty Dog, or Assassin's Creed, then you should definitely take a look at this game. It's a really great game, and it's one of Sony's best, it really is. And hey, if you haven't played many action-adventures before, then you should definitely check this out. It's a really great game, at a really good price, with a lot of extra content included. And the sequel's out now, so at some point you might want to take a look at that. So you should definitely pick this up and play this now. It's an awesome game, I promise you'll love it, why not check it out? We have a motocross game next, Monster Energy Supercross 3 Special Edition. It was released in 2020, so it's 2 years old, and is on an 80% discount for the price of £9.99, which isn't too bad, as this edition includes £25 worth of Season Pass, which contains 9 DLC packs, which is quite a lot of content for your money. In this game you get to relive the 2019 AMA Supercross season with 100 riders from both the 450SX and 250SX categories, with 15 official stadium tracks and the ability to join the official teams in career mode, and it also features a co-op compound mode, a track creator, and sharing as well, so there's plenty more user generated content for you to play on top of all of that. So if you're a fan of motocross games, or you like racing games and you always wanted to try one of these, then why not take a look at it? This is a pretty good deal if you like this genre. And if you've never played a game like this before, then I'm not sure I'd recommend starting here, because you can get some of the older ones way cheaper, and that might be a better place for you to start if you're not sure. In any case, subscribe and you won't miss them when they come on sale next. We have another racer next, Need for Speed Heat Deluxe Edition. It was released in 2019, so it's 3 years old, and it's on an 80% discount for the price of $13.99, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a pretty okay deal, as this edition includes 4 KS Edition cars, and some cosmetics and boosters as well, so you do get some extra for your money. In this game, you get to hustle by day in legal races, while at night you get to race illegal street races, as you compete to climb the ranks of the city street racing elite, while avoiding the elite police unit tasked with stamping out illegal street racing. So pretty standard for Need for Speed. Back in the day these games were legendary, and I really enjoyed them, but then they went through a bit of a rough patch, although they're supposed to be pretty decent these days. So if you're like me and you remember the good old days, or you just like the idea of playing a street racing game, you should take a look at this. It's from a legendary series, and it looked pretty good. And hey, if you've never played a street racing game like this before, then I'm not sure I'd recommend starting here, because you can get some of the older ones way cheaper, and there are other options as well. So if you're not sure, you can always wait for another sale instead. no need to rush. Next up is Nioh. It was released in 2017, so it's 5 years old, and is on a 60% discount for the price of £6.39, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really good deal. In this Souls-like game, which is set in the Age of the Samurai, a lone warrior arrives on the shores of Japan, ready to fight his way through vicious warriors and supernatural yokai that infest the land. This game was a big deal when it came out. It was huge, and everybody that played it loved it. If you're a fan of Souls-like games, and you like the idea of a Japanese aesthetic, you'll probably love this game. So if you really like the sound of that, definitely check it out. And hey, if you've never played a Souls-like game before, then this is a really good one, and is at a pretty good price. So if you've always wanted to try one, you could start here. It's not a bad place, especially if you like the idea of the Japanese setting. Why not take a look if you like the sound of that? And my final game I have for you is Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet Complete Edition. It was released in 2019, so it's 3 years old, and is on an 86% discount for the price of £6.99, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really good deal, especially for an anime game. And as well, this edition includes 3 DLC packs, 1 expansion, and bonus in-game items as well. So again, a ton of extra content for the complete game. In this third-person action RPG, you get to experience an original story set in the Gun Gale Online universe, where you create your own avatar to explore a devastated land, meeting familiar faces from the Sword Art Online series. So if you're a big fan of Sword Art Online, you'll probably get a lot out of your money and really enjoy this game. And hey, if you've never played a third-person action RPG before, then you might want to start here. But Sword Art Online is a huge franchise and is a ton of games, so if you don't want to jump in the middle of it, there's plenty of other series and other RPGs with similar game mechanics that you can choose from. So don't worry about it, subscribe and I'll help you find another game in another sale. And that's all the games I have for you for the double discounts PSN sale. What did you think of the games I picked? Did I pick good ones? Did I pick bad ones? And what about the star buy? Does it deserve it? Or should some other game have had it instead? In any case, leave all your complaints in the comments and we can talk about it later. So I hope you guys found some games you're interested in, but more importantly, I hope you saved a lot of money. I'll see you guys in the next sale. Au revoir.